Mic check 1 2. Mic check 1
2. They call me SB. Now me they run the show. Hey, everybody know from the Jazz to Yankee. When me not fair go America, Nelo la feka. Hey, let me see you go down low. Hey, let me see you go down low. So come on, let me see you go down low. Let me see you go down low. Come now, let me see you go down low. Let me see you go down low. Sarah, let me see you go down low. Let me see you go down low. Every time I hit the show, hey, everybody lose control. Hey, you made them free your soul. Free your soul. Let the music take control. Baba Tisha, no show more day, no be today. Don't say, I will see Baba Tisha, no show more day, no be today. I tell you, don't say they call me SB. Now me they run the show. Dr. Hule, I they get it from the Jazz to Yankee. Wouldn't be no fair gun in Australia. Nelo La Vega, indicator. Let me see you go down low. Let me see you go down low. Twitchy, let me see you go down low. One more again, let me see you go down low. 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 Good year, more okay. Ọlọ́run àgbáyé, mo gbé ọ̀gá. Olóore ọ̀fẹ́ o, olóore ọ̀fẹ́. Yé ẹlẹ́rìí. Indicator, Ọlọ́run àgbáyé. Ayé ò sọ pé mo gbé ọ̀gá. Ọkọ̀ ìbùkún sọ bẹ́ẹ̀. Olóore ọ̀fẹ́. Bàbá Zion, ẹlẹ́rìí. Bàbá Dr. Bella. Bàbá ẹ̀wọ̀ ìyọ́lọ́ṣẹ́ indicator. Mo gbé ọ̀gá. Àwìtí ẹ̀wọ̀n o, ó já sọ bẹ́ẹ̀. Ọ̀rọ̀ mi já sí re, àwìtí ẹ̀wọ̀n o, ó já sọ bẹ́ẹ̀. Aláṣẹ kìí sí bẹ́ẹ̀. Ọ̀rọ̀ mi já sí re. SB ibi ayé fojú sí ọ̀rọ̀ bí ó gbà bẹ̀ lọ rárá ibi ayé fojú sí o àmì tí ọ̀rọ̀ rẹ̀ ó gbà bẹ̀ lọ rárá Abenilis wo ọmọ ṣíníbòsí ẹ̀wà wo Jésù láyé SB wo ọkọ̀ ọmọ rẹ̀ ní kẹ́ ẹ̀wà wo Jésù àṣebáyé ni Jésù mi ṣe dùn tán àṣebáyé ni Jésù mi dùn mọ́. Abe ọmọ ṣíníbòsí ọlọ́wọ́ orí ọgọ́mọ rẹ̀ ní kejì fi hàn rẹ̀ aláṣẹ Abenilis mo kọ́ ni èèyàn ti jíra ní báláyé àyàn rẹ̀ aláṣẹ Napoleon ẹ̀wà wọ̀ ṣẹyẹ Kẹ́hìndé ó ti mú mi gbàgbé ẹ ti mú mi gbàgbé yé ìbànújẹ́ aláṣẹ City People Group ẹ ti mú mi gbàgbé aláṣẹ City People ìbànújẹ́ ìgbàgbé ṣẹyẹ Kẹ́hìndé àṣewẹ́rẹ́ ní ṣolúwa ọba tí mo pè ó ọba tí mo pè tó ń jẹ́ SB àṣewẹ́rẹ́ ní ṣolúwa ṣẹyẹ Kẹ́hìndé mi ọba tí mo pè tán. àṣewẹ́rẹ́ ní ṣolúwa àṣewẹ́rẹ́ ní ṣolúwa èèyàn everybody o ọba tí mo pè tán ṣẹyẹ kéyìnde àṣewẹ́rẹ́ ní ṣolúwa ọba tí mo pè tán jẹ. I'm the Coco Master, that pass Tony Montana. Let's get to the matter, now it's time for the bonanza. Coco, let's go down, let me introduce you to the Black Mamba. No hala hala, Jala to Jimmy Banga. Surely be McDonald, me at Papas Maradona. Just in case you don't know, it's about to go down. Oh my bad, that pass Tony Montana. Oh my bad, that pass Tony Montana. Oh my surely be McDonald. Omo shole be my eleto. Omo aba, that pass Tony Montana. Omo aba, that pass Tony Montana. Omo shole be Madonna. SB omo shole be Madonna. Uma son oe, uma son oe, uma son oe, uma son oe. The baller I go pay you, I go pay you, I go pay you, I go pay you. I'm my ladies, I'm my ladies, I'm my ladies, I'm my ladies, yeah, I'm my ladies, they my ladies. Oh yeah, cook it, ale, cook it. I get you money, cook it. Where the piraki, sangale, to the early money, sangale. Oh na na na, yeah, oh na na na, yeah, oh na na na. Oh na 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 na, yeah. You better be honest. Thank you for all this done. Told me I wanna have some fun. Steady working to the early man. Call your friends them, so them come. Yes, I go sister, I was fun. I'm a done Italian, come get some. I'm on the run. Enemies them, fire back where God and bless it. No one can cause it. Who say, ale, cook it. I get him on you, cook it. Yabo, where would be lucky? Sangale, to the early money. Sangale, oh na na na. Do back, oh na na na. Oh na na na. Yabo, oh na na na. Yeah. My ladies, my ladies, yabo, my ladies, my ladies, my ladies, my ladies, my ladies, my ladies. Jai, today not for jolly. Where shake your body? This one not be there. Where make me like you today? Today not for jolly. Where shake your body? 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 Today not for jolly. 1, 2, 3, 4. Everybody call me SCB. Kill me to the beat again now. So when I get to it, oh my baby, why did you shock it? Where do you go? Oh my baby, why did you shock it? Where do you go? Shake your body now. The body and little body now. No. Why your body now? You like say you say nobody now. The way you do your body now. Make you understand all my money now. See, for your information, if you want to the trouble rate, inside my money rate, you must do the corporate. They call me SV, I'm the ladies champion. From the Jap to Yankee, anywhere I go on call me J. They call me SV, I'm the ladies champion. From the Jap to Yankee, anywhere I go on call me J. Be goody. Oh my baby, why you just shocky? Jubio, forget oh my baby, get me oh my baby. Why you just shocky? I did that, Jubio, shake your body now. Go get your body and little body now. Why your body now? You like say you say nobody now. Ostu, nígbà kan rí tí mi ò mọ̀ lọ́rẹ́ bàbá. Nígbà kan rí mo ti ṣìnà ṣàkólà. Ṣùgbọ́n Jésù oore ọ̀fẹ́ tèmi. Wọ́n sàn mí dánmọ́ òwò mo ti yege. Ostu, nígbà kan rí tí mi ò. Bàbá kò lè dé o, bàbá kò lè wá o, bàbá pọ̀ sí o. Ṣùgbọ́n Jésù oore ọ̀fẹ́ tèmi. Ọkọ yẹmi ó sàn mí dánmọ́ mo ti yege. Mo yege ní tèmi o. Ìpadà rẹ̀ tù nílé Olúwa. Ìpadà rẹ̀ tù mo ti yege ní tèmi sẹ́ o. Mo yege sẹ́ o nílé Olúwa. Mo ti yege ní tèmi o. Mo yege. ṣọ́la mátà ìsàlẹ̀ ti sú mi ni mo bá tún gbọ́ pé ayé ń bẹ lókè ọmọ ìlú lọ́dẹ mi o ìsàlẹ̀ ti sú mi sẹ́ ni mo bá lọ gbọ́ pé ayé ń bẹ lókè fún iṣẹ́ olúwa èmi lọ sí fún ṣọ́la mátà ibi gíga bá mi tọ́jú dọ̀tún rúmọ̀ pé mi lọ sí ibi gíga olúwa jọ̀ọ́ wá gbé mi sókè ṣífì mo ní kí náà ti rí o ayẹyẹ kí náà ti rí àṣìmágòkè sí orí ibi gíga láyé ti wà invisible ó ṣúọ́jú pé tálántàkùn bá kú láti bí dèdò ó máa tún ìtàkùn lọ dádó wàdó àìyá tó máa tàwọ̀ ẹ lọ. invisible sáré wá òyìnbó náà ògo yé ògo olúwa ni ògo tí mo wí yẹn tọ́ di bíi pé já ìtọ̀nà tó tọ̀nà tó wálẹ̀ tó sb kò séèyàn tó máa lóhùn òmẹ́sì bí tabarẹ́ ni tó sọ pé òun òmẹ́sì bí ẹ̀yẹn bí sílẹ̀ bóyá ní ẹ̀ ò Detroit àfàìmọ̀ bóyá nù ó lẹ̀ lóńgbé bójá ó máa yé lórí ilẹ̀ àti rògbò èsì bí o.
Olúwa lèmi yóò fi fún, mo dúpẹ́ mo yege. Òkúlù mú kẹ́ máa jó fọlọ́run mi.
Testing the microphone, 1, 2. Kanibula 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 Ah Kanibula Kanigwa Chebe Egwaga Netiligwa Chebe Obigwe Nacha Nene Gadelele Agu Ibelelu Emani Simoni Rioto Eze Ngugu Biaho Onyomadema Ah Egwaga Netiligwa Chebe Obigwe Nacha Nene Gadelele Agu Nekenego Mieze no Gadelele Wada Gwaja Kana Biaho Onyemigwa Chebe Obigwe Gwa Chebe ho Anyanwụ na wara n'ọbịago anyị ga-eje ide anyị je kene o ka anyị bụla ekene kene Gwa Chebe ka anyị bụla ekene o ka anyị bụla ekene o ka anyị bụla ekene o Obigwe Gwa Chebe o ha iri aka n'ọmị yo aha ka anyị je kene o ka anyị je kene o ka anyị bụla ekene kene Gwa Chebe agụ ụmụ ya abịaghị Ibadan anyanwụ na wọra na ọ ga-adịlele Ibele ma n'isi m n'iri ọtọ webi etinyelugo na ọ ga-adịlele egwu ekene nwe ogidi egwu ekene akpọ ogidi onye ọma ide ọnwalụ mmadụ ugo ọnwalụ mmadụ ego agbogidi nwa m nwanne bulokwu agbogidi ode n'Igbo Obi Achebe ode n'Igbo agbogidi ọga ide eno leta woman ndị eze ndị nwe ego ha ide ma ga-adị ndị eze ndị nwe ego ha okwula ranwa kemo Ọnịcha ekwenye ego na anyị so n'egwu aha obodo ekwenye ego na anyị nwere ife Ọnịcha ekwenye ego holo onye nne tileti n'oge chilili ezie Obigwe Gwa Chebe aka n'elu egwu ga-adịlile onye ma aha anyị egwu oge nnetila bụ ogidi nwunye ndịda ka onu iyi na-ekele Biaze na ọ ga-adịlele ndị isi gị makụlọb ba ga-adịlile onye ọma dị mma ọ dị ndụ bịa tụlụ ugo agba ogidi ka mụ na-agba onye ọma Kanebe na-agba ogidi o kanebe na-agba ogidi o kanebe na-agba ogidi o agbogidi Gwa Chebe o kanebe na-agba ogidi agbogidi Gwa Chebe o agbogidi Gwa Chebe kanebe o agụ onye ọma na ọ ga-adị mmiri melu gara ụkọ na ahụ ya Abogide nwa Achebe.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Eze nwa na-ekene m ya.
Thank
Onye
you,
ilo yi na-eme na nkịtị.
thank you.
Ndị ilo yi ba na-eme na nkịtị. Abogide nwa Achebe kalịsị aba. Agụ na-ekene m ya. Ibe jabọ nịcha n'orika. Obodo kwenye ego.
Thank you, thank you.
Aha.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Egu Undi Eze. A beautiful round of applause for Egu Undi Eze, the cultural group from Onitsha. Thank you very, very much. Shall we please rise for the national anthem? We are standing for the Sigma anthem. Very much. Let's be seated, please. Machi. The Sigma Chief is Royal Majesty Nnaemeka Alfred Ugochukwu Achebe, CFR MNI. His Royal Highness, the Olubadan of Ibadan, Oba Adetunji Ogunguniso. His Royal Highness, Oba Ajibade Ajiboye, and his lovely wife. The Chancellor, Lead City University, Professor Gabriel Ogumola, Fellow, Academy of Science, and his lovely wife. Old Sigmite John Nnea Nwodo, past President General Undigo Worldwide. The Vice Chancellor, University of Ibadan, ably represented by the Deputy Vice Chancellor and his lovely wife. Other Deputy Vice Chancellors here present. The Registrar, University of Ibadan. Deans of faculties and heads of departments here present. Chief executives and captains of industries here present. The Dean, Student Affairs, and other senior non-academic members of staff of the University of Ibadan. Emeritus professors here present and other very senior professors here present. Leaders of faith here present. Old chiefs here present and their wives. Code Sigmites here present with their wives. Members of the diplomatic corps. Distinguished members of the press, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Old Sigmite Dr. Kazim Durodoye, and I have the permission of the Sigma Chief to direct today's occasion. Sigma Chief, is that correct? Thank you. I will be assisted by Old Sigmite Dr. Camille Shoretire, and I want to singularly welcome you to the Sigma Guest Luncheon, which
Hello.
Okay, I want to specially welcome you to the Sigma Guest Luncheon, which coincidentally happened to be the 70th anniversary of our great club. I was financial scribe of the Sigma Club in 1991, and I graduated from Sigma Club in 1992. When you graduate from the club, you become an old knight. And we have 2 to 3 categories of membership of the Sigma Club. The current Sigmites, who are undergraduate students of the University of Ibadan, are usually referred to as low Sigma. When you leave the school, you become an old Sigmite, but if you were a Sigma Chief, you would become an old chief. We also take time to look at individuals who have made exceptional mark in the society, that we believe that if they had been in the University of Ibadan, they would have been Sigmites. And we carefully select such individuals and induct them into our fold as honorary Sigmites. Oftentimes, you would hear me address protocols in the order of the Sigma Chief, old chiefs, loyal Sigmites. That is the typical order that we address our protocols. And I use this opportunity to say 1 or 2 words about the Sigma Chief. You would notice I took another round of permission to ask the Sigma Chief is the Sigma Club. The Sigma Chief embodies everything that we represent in Sigma Club. And one of the things that we represent in Sigma Club is purity. So the Sigma Chief at any point in time is the Sigma Club. All other members, either present or old, we take the cue from the Sigma Chief and we take instructions for the Sigma Chief, meaning that there cannot be a Sigma Club without the Sigma Chief. And I remember in 2018, when I went to the Palace of His Royal Highness Oba Sanusi Lamido Sanusi to brief him, to induct him into the Sigma Club. One of the questions he asked me, he said, Kazim, you said the Sigma Club does not have a constitution. How come you have been able to exist? Come very
Hello.
my sincere apologies for this. It's one of the hiccups that we possibly encounter. So he also said that he remembered that his uncle, the late Emir Adero, was inducted into Sigma Club. And as young as he was at that time, he vividly recognized and remembered what his late uncle told him about Sigma Club. And over the last 5-10 years, he has not accepted any award from anyone, be it a student, professional, or any other category that has invited him. But when the invitation came from Sigma Club, he simply could not say no. So he asked me the question, what makes you guys think that without a written constitution, you have been able to go beyond the normal bounds of a student organization? And my answer to him was simple. I told him, I said, Your Excellency, I spoke the little outside I could speak. I said, the Sigma Chi is the Sigma Club, meaning that in that young man, we have vested in him everything that we need to make the club tick. Any decisions the Sigma Chief takes, all of us will rally around him to make sure that that is in order. On this occasion, I welcome you once again, and I especially welcome His Royal Majesty, Nna Emeka Alfred Ugochukwu Achebe, CFR MNI, to the University of Ibadan, to Sigma Club. From time to time, I would recognize dignitaries, and I would also use the opportunity to say one or two things about I would also use the opportunity to say one or two words about the Sigma Club. Since we do not have any written constitution, we take advantage of opportunities like these to let people know about the Sigma Club. On this note, I would like to welcome the president of the Old Sigmite Association Lagos chapter, Dr. Faye Iketubosi, for his welcome address. Can we give him a round of applause, please?
Sigma Chi, Royal Highness, permit me to stand on existing protocols because you heard was quite extensive. My name is Dr. Faye Eketbosin, and I am the old chief of Lagos State, Lagos chapter of the Sigma Club. It's a privilege to be here this afternoon to celebrate with Sigma Club on this where On this occasion,
I'm normally very soft-spoken, not being a teacher. I'm more of a listener than a talker.
so um, thank you. So I'm very happy to be here with our Sigma Club, our parent body, to celebrate this guest luncheon, at which we have once again in our presence a distinguished Nigerian, a man who embodies all that Sigma represents, a man that has made a wonderful, a great impression in our country, a man who is a unifier, a man who stands heads and shoulders in that royal institution of in our country. So we're very honored to have you here. And I want to congratulate the Sigma Club on this choice. Sigma, as we have read, is 70 years old this year. And part of the celebrations, we had the celebration in Lagos where we honored the people who had supported us over the last 70 years, the musicians for the Havana Festival. Unfortunately, Havana doesn't exist in the way it used to, but we had what we call a Havana Classic, where we invited the musicians of old, some who had passed away were represented at that occasion. Every time the Sigma is mentioned, anytime there's a Sigma function, Sigma is all over the world, energized, excited, and look forward to bonding with the club, because everybody remembers their time in the club and what a wonderful time it was. The time in the club actually made us who we were. The discipline that we got from Sigma Club was not just the discipline of the university, but the discipline of Sigma Club was what made us who we were. I'll give you just one example. Kazim was talking about the Sigma chief being the embodiment of Sigma. Now, it was unheard of for you to absent yourself from a Sigma meeting. That's one. Number two, it is doubly unheard of for you to come late to the meeting. So from wherever you were, whether you were in Independence Hall, you were in Teda Hall, and our meetings were in the Student Union building, you would see that at 5 minutes to the hour of the meeting, everybody is scuttling, the latecomers, the footcomers, will be scuttling to get through the door before the Sigma chief gets in. That's the end of the matter. You are late. And I remember sitting, is one of my old Sigma chiefs. Old Chief Leroy Dozian was Sigma chief, was in the club. And he was a disciplinarian. And he also, as you have seen, I share a few other things with him. We're both doctors, we're both gynecologists, but he's more of a disciplinarian than I am. So welcome, Leroy, Chief Leroy. So finally, I'd just like to, on behalf of Sigma Chief, the old Sigma chapter worldwide, as we have members viewing us from the diaspora, I'd like to welcome you all to this guest luncheon, and we look forward to an exciting afternoon in the true tradition of Sigma Club. Thank you.
Sigma Chief, our royal of the day, all chiefs, loyal Sigmites, Sigma wives, Sigma friends, members of the press. Old Sigmite, Dr. Camille Shoretire. I'll be anchoring this with loyalist Dr. Durodoye Kazim. He has led us. Before we move on, once again, I would like us to appreciate our Chief of Lagos chapter. Once again, Dr. Faye Ketubosu, for that welcome. We have the Lagos chapter is Primus, and they have been actively supporting the parent club up to this moment. We also have what they've been doing and what they are going to do from this moment. At this point, I would like, as part of our royal protocol, the members of Onitsha Improvement Union, they are here to join us in welcoming the Obi of Onitsha to this important program. Please, I would like to recognize the Ibadan and Lagos chapter that are here to step forward and greet Igwe. Please come forward and greet him there. Cameramen, please. Igwe, may you live long. Thank you. Let's bring the William. Igwe, your daughter greets you. Okay, thank you very much. For those that did not hear, they welcomed the Obi to Ibadan. They prayed for him to live long. And in his response, he blessed them. Please let us appreciate them. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Dr. Shoretire. We are now on the chairman's opening remarks. But before I invite the chairman to speak, permit me to say one or two words about Professor Ogumola. Professor Ogumola is a fellow of the Academy of Science. In 2006, immediately I finished a master's degree in pharmaceutics. I worked with Professor Ogumola at the Database for the Sciences, University of Ibadan. Professor Ogumola is a professor of physical chemistry. And now that I'm on this podium, I can say one or two words about Baba, that then when Baba comes to work in the morning, three of us will go to his car to pack his books to his office. And when he's going home, three of us would take the same set of books back to his car. Then we were wondering, what does Baba do with all of these books? Then we tried to find out, when Baba gets home, does this book stay in the car or and we were told, don't ask me how we got to know. We were told that those books also goes into the house and they come out in the morning. And we were just wondering, three people. One of the things I also learned from Professor Ogumola, if Professor Ogumola gives you a piece of document to type, he wrote it in longhand, and we will go upstairs and type it. We could do that stairs 5 times, correcting it. And I was wondering, but what this eventually taught me is when I defended my doctoral program, one of the things I learned from Professor Ogumola was how to write. At the end of the day, I passed the doctoral defense with minimum correction. When I got into the industry, most documents I write pass on first hand. You will hardly not be able to find anything to correct. Such is the quality of people in Sigma Club. Such is the quality of Sigma Club. And it's my singular honor and privilege to invite Professor Ogumola to give his opening remarks. And by the way, Professor Ogumola is a honorary Sigmite. Those qualities I mentioned are what you find in Sigma Club. Professor Ogumola, please come and give your opening remarks.
Welcome you, sir. Your Excellencies, special guests and notable speakers, the Vice Chancellor and his representative, the Sigma Chief, the Sigma Old Chiefs, all Sigmites, honorary Sigmite, loyal Sigmite, Sigma wives, our invited distinguished, ladies and gentlemen, gentlemen of the press, my dear wife, our Royal Highness. I salute your Royal Majesty, especially for taking the extra labor to leave a kingdom and sit with us mortals. You're most welcome. I salute all you all in welcoming you all to this epoch-making event of today, especially Your Royal Majesty, Igwe Nnameka Alfred Achebe, Obi of Onitsha, and our new Vice Chancellor, the 13th Vice Chancellor, University of Ibadan, Professor Kayode Adebowale, FAS, to this event. He's not here, but he's duly represented by the Deputy Vice Chancellor. The presence of the Vice Chancellor with us by his representation speaks volume and will continue to enlist in the Sigma family the profound love for our support to the University of Ibadan and home of Sigma Club, the finest and the best as the university of the highest standing in our nation. Sigma Club University of Ibadan is a social and philanthropic students organization founded in 1950 by gentlemen undergraduates of University of Ibadan. Sigma Club is one of the oldest surviving university students organizations in sub-Saharan Africa. The club breeds fraternal groups of gentlemen and places on them the oath of an allegiance of high premium of good character, discipline, and integrity, with a motto for all that is pure. The Sigma Club ideal. I'm a chemist, and all my life I've been trained to identify purity. So when a club makes purity is ideal, they've said it all. The Sigma Club has contributed to various charitable causes. Beneficiaries of these benevolent ventures include the Cocoa House in Ibadan during the recorded fire incident, Oluyole Cheshire Home, Ibadan, Leper Colony, Azuzu Akoli, Alanu Fund of the University College Hospital, and the University of Ibadan Health Clinic, among others. And I have to say that I have a gratitude that I also owe Sigma Club. I don't know of any endowed chair at the University of Ibadan today, unless I knew, that is not connected with Sigma Club. Otumba Subomi Balogun, a honorary Sigmite, endowed a chair in the economics in the social science. Dr. Olu Alensin, an old Sigmite, endowed a chair of applied chemistry at the University of Ibadan. And I think another chair in law has also been established. I was a recipient of the endowed chair in chemistry by Dr. Olu Alensin, and I held that chair for 10 years. I was too busy while I was an undergraduate, and I didn't think I had the time to be able to prepare to qualify to enter Sigma Club. Sigma Club found some ideals in me and made me a honorary Sigmite. That's my second gratitude. And at the 50th anniversary of the Sigma Club, I was asked to chair the occasion. And that's when we started talking about the Sigma Club Foundation. It started from one premise, that the Sigma Club shall never beg. It is my privilege, honor, therefore, to speak to you, not only as chairman on this occasion, but also as the chairman of, which has now been properly established with a CAC registration and ready to do more than one in. Major task of this foundation is for Sigma Club to build a Sigma house at the University of Ibadan. It is a challenge that the Sigma Club are taking. When some of us were here, we lived in hall of residence built for us. Now a generation has come that wants to build a Sigma house that will accommodate our students and other facilities for our children and the next generation. It is for this reason that the foundation is raised, and also to support and create endowed chair scholarships and many of the philanthropic activities that Sigma Club is endowed with. It is therefore my task to encourage you all with your friends that this foundation stands tall and ready to make exploits. I hope in a few minutes after my talk, there will be opportunity for the Sigma House to be unveiled for us to see where we want to go. Our great country, still in the springtime of her youth. The average age of Nigeria is about between 17 and 18. The nation has everything in her favor to mold their youth and their citizens into a great nation. But we need a new value system selfless service, stern discipline, strong morality, are inseparable attachment for building a great nation, which we can build on our soil. From strong and natural attachment to family and country and tradition. Our nation, Nigeria, deserves the full membership of our citizenship and grants unto it the full right of a common humanism and respect for individuality, liberty, justice, and happiness of the people. And for this reason, we, the people, must act responsibly and give Nigeria the loyalty and responsibility of our citizens for our collective good. The patriots claim in us must be enlisted with enthusiasm to serve and rejoice in its greatness if it degrades in its virtues. Whatever we may be, we will be happy with its reputation in all our works and our ways. The little excitement of a group of gentlemen, undergraduate of University of Ibadan in 1950, years ago, 10 years even before independence, had produced such a phenomenon that has brought us into this gathering today and ready to do more exploit and the privilege of speaking to such a prime-time audience at a luncheon where the OB in full authority is present. And to be inducted into the Sigma Roll of Honors to show the world the type of people who must rule this country. Thank you.
Please, a round of applause more for the chairman of the Sigma Foundation, the chairman of today's occasion, and our emeritus professor. While the Sigma getting ready, let me crave the indulgence of all present to recognize some of our old Sigmites who are here present. Old Sigmite Tunde Amamuche Ezichi, the popular Aberdeener boy. You're welcome, sir. He joined the club in 1967. Thank you, sir, for all the support. And yesterday during the charity walk, Dr. Faye, Old Sigmite Ezichi walked faster than me. Thank you very much, sir. Also present, Emeritus Professor, Old Sigmite Professor Tola Atimo and Mrs. Atimo, please, you are welcome once again. Thank you for all the support you've always been giving us. You are indeed a pillar of support for this club in the university. We have a guest, a Brigadier General here with us, and his wife, Brigadier General, and Mrs. Nephew. You are welcome, sir. Welcome to Sigma Club. Old Sigmite, Major Dr. Mike Young. Thank you, sir. You are well recognized. Thank you for the excellent performance in all so far. Madam, you are welcome too. You are recognized. Thank you very much. Old Chief Dr. Leroy Edozen, I recognize you, sir. Apologies. I will get the title of the chieftaincy to announce. I know he's a prince of Asaba Kingdom. Welcome once again. O Sigmite Abayomi Ali, you are recognized. O Sigmite Dr. Sani, all the way from Lagos. And I think O Sigmite Ali came from Ethiopia, right? Thank you very much, sir. Okay, now in Nigeria, you're welcome back home, sir. O Sigmite Wale Yisao, all the way from Gombe. Damasani Gombe, you are welcome, sir. And our powerful Old Sigmite, always present, always inspirational to us. O Sigmite Inia Nwodo, the immediate past President General of Ohaneze Ndigo worldwide. Thank you very much, sir. Loyal Sigmites are still watching the video of the Havana Classic that held last week. We love you. Thank you very much. We also like to recognize once again the chairman of the planning committee, O Sigmite Francis Kudaya. Thank you very much for all the support you've been giving to ensure that we get this thing done at this moment. Thank you very much. God bless your new age. O Sigmite Adetunji Lamidi, the powerful secretary of the Lagos chapter, is all over the place. Thank you very much. We appreciate you. Sigma Chief is getting ready to present his speech before I hand over to. Okay. Thank you very much. But before the chief comes, we want to utilize this opportunity of this royal occasion, special royal occasion, to introduce and call upon the Egu Ndi Eze Cultural Group to come in, entertain briefly once again. Thank you.
Onye ọbụla tinye aka idozie anyị onye ọma Nigeria jọnjọ na chọrọ mụ na yo anajenye mara mara mụ na yo onye ọbụla tinye aka ka idozie Nigeria Nigeria jọnjọ chọrọ mụ na yo Nigeria mama no mara mụ na yo Nigeria mama no mara mụ na yo onye ọbụla tinye aka ka idozie Nigeria onye ọma onye ọma onye ọma onye ọbụla tinye aka ka idozie Nigeria agbagiri mama n'oso n'ovu anya onye ọbụla tinye aka ka idozie Nigeria ikolo dị n'obodo agụsịawo agbago dị n'obodo agụsịawo ikolo dị n'obodo agụsịa n'elu ụwa ibe na-eme ewo Abụọgịrị ekene m yo onye ọma na-ekene m ego achebe onye garị ndụ na onume ekene yo ọma na onume ekene yiri alụ onye ọma na-ekene m ude nwogo na ude ọgaranya ofu ibe onye ọma na-ekene m onye ọma na-ekene m daalụ mmiri malugo na-arụ ka ọ na-awụ ya ekene ga-adịla igwe achebe ndị si gị mara anyama Tiwati for Numekene yo. Yo no Numekene yo. Anya manekene mi. Simalizu no Numekene yo. Simalizu nekene mi. Hello. Anya mano Numekene yo. Ibe jabo niche rika. Anya na burado na dana goya. Ekene kadiri gwa chebe. Odogu no Numekene yo. Ndị ọma na-ekene mụ. Abụ jiri ekene m yo. Mmụọ onye jere onume ekene yo. Abịa. Onye ọma na-ekene. Aide na onume ekene yo. Ije na-ewu ijo. Obodo ekwenye ego na anyị so n'egwu. Obodo ekwenye ego na anyị nwere ebe. Ewo obodo ekwenye ego olo.
Put our hands together for Egu Undi Eze. Aniwata Zeli. Another beautiful round of for them for the performance. I mentioned about using this occasion to say one or two words about the Sigma Club. And I'm delighted to use this occasion to explain one or two things to His Royal Majesty, even though I know that he must have been briefed. Sigma Club is a socio-philanthropic club. Our cardinal social activity is called the Havana Musical Carnival. This musical carnival has made its mark beyond the shores of Nigeria because we've had both artists and attendees all over West Africa. That is not the highlight for me. The highlight for me was in 1989 when I joined the Sigma Club. And we needed to do a significant tripod of our activity, which is the Sigma Charity. And that is what I want to talk about. It delighted me, and I was so surprised that a student organization could take giving back. I mean, as a student, how much do you even have? So not to talk of giving back. And I read the of way back settlement home in Edo State. So during our time, what we decided to do for the Sigma Charity was to go to the blood bank of the University College Hospital to donate blood. And there were about 46 of us that year. And we donated 46 pints of blood into the blood bank. For me, that was very significant, and that was very instrumental for us to give blood to people that we do not know. At this, I have the singular honor and privilege to ask the Sigma Chief to come and give his remarks. And immediately after his remarks, he will also carry out the induction of the group of people we called newly admitted Sigmites. Again, another opportunity. We put up notices for undergraduate male undergraduates of the University of Ibadan to apply to become loyal Sigmites. So meaning that you cannot find another university, neither can you find a female undergraduate becoming loyal Sigmites. Applications are invited only from male undergraduates of the University of Ibadan. And we have tons and tons of applications. Out of these, go through a very meticulous and rigorous screening to the point that our admission process was so tight up until the University of Ibadan came and made an appeal to say, we have witnessed, we have watched the quality of students, the transformation you do to our students. Can you please expand the base of admission so that more and more students would have the opportunity to go through the training? At the end of the day,
the Sigma chief has the final right to admit whom is so wish are qualified to become loyal Sigmites. At the end of the day, so tested and they do a lot of induction processes, right from induction or briefing from people who were in the club in the 1950s. So they opportunity to showcase these gentlemen that have gone through this process and have been found worthy to become loyal Sigmites. At the next, I will talk about the Sigma tie, which is an emblem that you can find only with loyal Sigmites. The Sigma chief, please come forward for your address. Thank you. A round of applause for the Sigma chief.
While we are expecting the Sigma chief, thank you. We want to urge all our old Sigmites who have joined us online, please switch on your video so that we too we can see you while you are there. Then you are well recognized for joining the guest luncheon live. Thank you very much. Sigma chief.
Distinguished guests, Inemeka Alfred Ugochukwu Achebe Agbogidi, Old Chief, Old Sigmite, Loyal Sigmite, Sigma Wives, Sigma Friends, and accompanied. It's my pleasure to welcome you all to the Sigma 70th anniversary guest luncheon. It gives me great pleasure to Sigma guest luncheon in marking the closure of the 70th anniversary University of Ibadan. In honor of the 15 founding members, all the legends of honorary Sigmites living and asleep since its inception in 1965. Sigma Club University of Ibadan has evolved dynamically over the past 71 years. We've evolved an enviable social philanthropic organization of gentlemen, which has instilled the virtue of purity in its manifold expression of good character, integrity, and discipline. Founded in 1950, 2 years after the founding of the University College of Ibadan, has witnessed over the graduation of over 1,000 O Sigmites from inception till date. These individuals, they've cut across all geopolitical zones of the country, Nigeria, and beyond. We have Sigmites in many countries across the world, which is a proof of the continuous law of Sigma Club. The club has equally inducted 50 honorary Sigmites till date. With the induction of His Royal Majesty Igwe Inemeka Alfred Ugochukwu Achebe as the 51st honorary Sigmite. Since inception in 1965, the first year the first honorary Sigmite was inducted. The club had the 68 undergraduate members, who currently runs the club by the magnanimity of the Sigma chief at the university level and well-defined and interdependent structure. 2 years after the establishment of the defunct University College of London, Ibadan, Sigma Club University of Ibadan was founded, and that makes her undeniable the oldest surviving indigenous student organization or in sub-Saharan Africa. The oldest surviving student organization in sub-Saharan Africa. At Sigma Guest Luncheon, eminent Nigerians privilege through the Premier University of Ibadan or through the club, but are men of very verifiable accomplishment and have impacted distinctively in the society, and at the same time have distinguished themselves in different fields of human endeavor, are inducted into the highly coveted, prestigious, noble, and revered Sigma Roll of Honor as honorary Sigmites. The greatest gift that Sigma Club has ever given to the nation has been our most cherished Sigma Roll of Honor. Previous recipients of these high honors include late Alhaji Ado Bayero, late Dr. Teslim Elias, GCON, the former president of World Cup, late Dr. Alex Ekweme, GCON, the former vice president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, to the last person, the last honorary Sigmite, is Alhaji Muhammadu Sanusi II, CON. Today, we have gathered to celebrate the 70th anniversary of Sigma Club, an organization men and considerably impacted the society in many ways, and most importantly, to induct into the prestigious Sigma Roll of Honor the Obi of Onitsha. His Majesty Igwe Nnaemeka Alfred Ugochukwu Achebe Agbo. Constructively, Sigma Club today extends our status to a noble Nigerian, a knight of recognized symbol of exceptional leadership, an astute business, a love of humanity, a definition, a class king, His Royal Majesty Obi of Agbo Ogidi. In his contribution to the commerce industry, valuable impact on the Nigerian economy through his sterling policy, as well as his exceptional leadership quality and administrative skills. Another important part of today's event is the unveiling of the Sigma House and the Sigma Museum. Finally, while appreciating God Almighty, the tradition of Sigma Club, it is heartwarming and mind-gratifying to consciously acknowledge the unflinching support we have received from O Sigmite Association, especially for the celebration of the anniversary and over the years in Sigma Club. For O Sigmite, both home and in diaspora, we say thank you very much. Once again, I welcome you all to this significant event in the history of our club and wish you all safe trip to your various destinations. Thank you and God bless.
A round of applause once again to the Sigma Chief, the embodiment of Sigma values, Sigma Club. Sigma Chief, thank you very much, and congratulations once again on this occasion.
Thank you very much, Dr. So we want to invite the newly admitted Sigmites, and I defined what we mean by newly admitted Sigmites. To a large extent, the qualities that you find to men wearing this purple tie are the same qualities you will find in me, are the same qualities you will find in old Chief Faye Ukotubos, who left the club in the 60s. Fully them, this is an opportunity before the OB to witness the induction of these great gentlemen. Please come forward for your induction.
Everything you put your hand go walk. Your name go open doors. You said go be a boss. Amen. Amen. Everything you put your hand go walk. Your name go open doors. You said go be a boss. Amen. Amen. Every hustler getting paid. Where the hustle go come the pay. Your own in no go take. Amen. If you dey find work to your own.
Right after me by raising your hands. You say after me. Swear absolute loyalty both to the Sigma Club and my country. I promise to maintain the honor and traditions of Sigma Club and to render my services to the great glory of the country. So help me. Congratulations. You are hereby into rule of honor. So while we await the Sigma Brew to fully confide you as loyal Sigmite.
Sigma Chief.
For these worthy young men who have been found worthy to become loyal Sigmites. So they will take a group photograph with the Steve. Again, talking about Sigmatic, you noticed a moment ago that this group of gentlemen were facing you. Then the old chief, who has a deeper knowledge of our tradition, quickly pointed to my attention that they must be facing the Sigma chief. And that is the Sigma Club. We do not have it written anywhere, but it is in the minds and heads of people how the club is being run. And that is what makes Sigma tick. A round of applause for Sigma Club. No, we cannot take the Sigma Brew because of time. Okay, so yes, please can you go back to your seat?
Appreciate them, please. Thank you. Congratulations.
Part of the tradition is during the induction ceremony, there is a drink we call the Sigma Brew, which members of Sigma Club usually share as a mark of comradeship among ourselves. Then the question is, what is the Sigma Brew? I mentioned a while ago that I was teacher scribe in 1991. And part of the responsibility of the office of the financial scribe is to brew the Sigma Brew. But beyond mixing drinks together to form a unique formula, which is proprietary to Sigma Club, I repeat, of a I repeat, apart from mixing what is about the Sigma Brew? For those of us, O Sigma Tabayomi Ali is here. He brewed in Nigerian breweries for many years. For those who are brewers, you would notice that there's a compliment
that you must combine in the right quantities to be able to come up with that final output, which is called that particular beer. So if you take a beer, it has a certain alcoholic content for it to be qualified to be called a beer. If you take an ale has a different quantity of alcohol, which classifies it to become an ale. What is important is that Sigma Club has devoted the last 70 years to brew whole men. And I repeat, to brew men. Certain you will find in a Sigmite, which qualifies him to be called a loyal Sigmite. What makes it important? The same way we brew the Sigma brew, we also build whole men. So integrity, for example, is a quality that you will find in Sigmite, and you will find it in a particular proportion. And it is the appropriate complement of those proportions that makes what is called a loyal Sigmite. At this junction, I would invite one of our very own. It's always a delight for me to hear him speak. And I always look for an opportunity to bring him to speak to us about the Sigma Club. Ladies and gentlemen, it's my singular honor and privilege to invite Old Sigmite John Nwodo, the immediate past president of Undigo worldwide, to come and say one or two words about the compendium and also use the opportunity to unveil the Sigma compendium. A round of applause for Old Sigmite Nwodo.
Thank you very much. Abogidi. Mr. Chairman, I would like to use you to rest the unestablished protocol. I welcome all of you here. This is a big celebration for all of us. 48 years ago, 3 years after the end of the Nigerian Civil War, I transferred from University of Ibadan Jos campus to the main campus to study economics. Having spent some time in the campus of the university, I was seeking for a social club to join. Several were introduced to me by the older students whom I respected. Told me there was one you must try to join if you will pass their rigorous interview. It was none other than the Sigma Club. I'm a living witness of the benefits of belonging to that club. Those attributes of members of the club that I didn't have before I joined it, I learned a lot while I joined. And it's been very helpful to me all my life. The Sigma friendship, its fraternity, is all summed up in one phrase: for all that is pure. When they tell you we have no constitution, what they are trying to tell you is that our motto describes everything, indeed, more than a constitution can describe. Some of those who listen to me in Lagos will be bored by some of the remarks I'll make here, but I have to make it for the benefit of those who did not hear it. 3 years at the end of the Civil War, I came to this place and I dared to run for election as president of Students' Union in a university in the heartland, the capital of the old Western Nigeria, the seat of Yoruba leadership, and against a Yoruba candidate. And I was a rebel in the Biafran army with the rank of a lieutenant. And I wanted to be president of the Students' Union. And I had a formidable opponent in Ulu Adeboro, Banji Adeboro, the senior brother is Ulu. And unfortunately for Banji, his campaign was characterized by some illegalities. Number one, when it was time for campaign speech, in spite of the fact that the student affairs officer acquiesced, and rather than call us by order of nomination, he called us by alphabetical order when it came to the position of the president. And Banji, after speaking, began to sing in Yoruba. Tiwan tiwa o, jeka o le o, jeka. That would have earned him a disqualification. I'm very, very happy that His Highness Oba Ajiboye is here. He's one of those who signed my nomination form. And it showed you how people could be so detribalized that they were prepared to make a distinction amongst who was better for an office. I took that away here. Those of you who are Sigmites and who know that we tried to look for our wives while we were in the university and to encourage them to join us at our social functions. You know that I badly wanted to marry a Yoruba girl here. I would spare her name today, but you all know that. I can almost repeat to you a letter she wrote to me while maybe I should spare her this. But I know that when I was campaigning, when we went to Zik Hall, which was the most lunatic club, hall, forgive me, everyone who crosses the gate of Zik Hall becomes Aru, they call them. They could yawn very loud at night. They could groan like a lion. They were very radical. So when we got to campaign in Zik Hall, they threw dirty water on my campaign team. And Shola was leading the girls. And the girls ran away, but she shook her head and said, like the proverbial John of Arc, I will take any punishment for John. I'm sure that he will lead you well. Now, this compendium tells more stories than I can tell you here. It tells the story of where we were coming from, what we inherited from those who started this 70 years ago, and what we built on it. But I don't need to dramatize the necessity for you to read it, because we all know that our society has changed. I thank God that most of the Sigma Club has not changed, but I'm sure, Sigma Chief, that in your tenure and in the tenure of your successors, you have a lot more work to do to keep our values. I give you one example of how we grew up, and I'm sure His Highness, the Obi of Onitsha, would laugh at this because he was before us, even though he looks like he's like us, and he is someone who has worked both in a multinational company as well as in our local concerns. But when I was a child, I started school in a primary school where my classmate was the junior brother of my father's driver. And in this blackboard, which we took turns to clean every day, we needed to write the date, the inches of rainfall, and the direction of the wind. In my school, there was a beaker calibrated in inches by which you could tell the inches of rainfall if you come to school in the morning after it's rained at night. There was a windmill which showed the direction of the wind, and you have to write it on the blackboard as well as the date. And if you are doing an assignment, you have to write the three things. I don't know how many primary schools in Nigeria have that anymore. This is retrogression. This is not progress. When I went to secondary school, my father was a minister in Eastern Nigeria. Two of my classmates were recipients of my father's scholarship. Now, there was no difference between a minister's son and the recipient of this minister scholarship. And Sylvester and Gregory beat me in physics, chemistry, biology, and mathematics. I beat them in English language, history, English literature, but they beat me in objective subjects. And consequently, their positions in class were better than mine. And my father gave me a knock that gave me headache for 1 week and told me that those whose fathers courtesy to him and said, sir, that I will courtesy to them. I'm only using this to describe what is happening today and what happened yesterday. If I could go a little further, I could tell you that in that secondary school, I read physics, chemistry, and biology. And I was tested for it in school certificate in 1970. I would have been tested in 1968, but the war stopped us from going to school. And so I had to take my school cert 2 years later. And I am a lawyer and an economist, trained in the best traditions of University of Ibadan and London School of Economics. But I still remember my chemistry because I saw everything. I saw the beakers and the test tubes. I saw the strips with which we used to test alkaline and acid, called the litmus test. Chemistry was all about chemical reaction. I remember my crystallization, my oxidation, my reduction, my double decomposition, my lateral displacement of radicals. And I haven't opened Holderness and Lambert for more than 50 years now. The question is, if you live for all that is pure, wherever you are, you will live for all that is pure. You will catalyze society in such a way that it will become a better place than where you met. I was Shehu Shagari's Minister for Civil Aviation. I left government with 13,000 naira in my account. And I've said it so publicly that nobody has said it's a lie. I was Abdul Salam Abubakar Minister of Information and Culture. I left his government with 687,000 naira in my account. I didn't go there for money. I went for a name. And I believe that it was because of that name that people like His Royal Highness Jobi of Onitsha asked me to be President General of Ohanese Ndigbo and to become primus inter pares amongst Ndigbo. It is this, for all that is pure, that we celebrate today. We celebrate it in this book as we recount our experiences here. The worst thing that can happen to any one of us is for your children to live a worse life than you lived. I urge you to get a copy of this book. It is a pity that we don't recruit too many people into the Sigma Club. When we were here, we were only 50 in every year. Today it is 61. Maybe Sigma Chief may want to increase it because of the increase in the number of students. But the reason why we've been conservative is that we don't want to lose our values. Once you tell me you are a Sigmaite, I'm willing to give you my wife to stay in your house and I come back next year without bothering whether anything has happened. So I commend this book to you. I also am happy that the chairman of this occasion is the chairman of our foundation, a foundation which has declared an objective to build a Sigma house here. That house will epitomize what we enjoyed and what our predecessors enjoyed in this place. It will be a place par excellence. If it will accommodate student hostels, those hostels will have reading rooms, air-conditioned reading rooms. They would have libraries where you can read periodicals and a few basic textbooks. They will have modern state-of-the-art kitchens where you can go and cook, and they will have dining rooms. These are things which we are sorry that our children now are not enjoying. When I went to Ibadan and I walked up to take my food in the refectory, there were several alternatives to choose from. And you moved from tray to tray as the steward dished you as much as you want for just the meager sum that you pay. So we came back home without being emaciated. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen,
if you are not a Sigmite, try to be one or imitate them. Welcome to this occasion.
Yes. I would like to invite the chairman of the Lagos chapter to join Otsiman Unanwodo to unveil the Sigma Compendium. I would also invite Old Sigmite Francis Kudaya to also join in the unveiling. I would like to invite Old Sigmite, Old Chief Dr. Leroy Edozen to please join in the unveiling of the compendium. I would like to invite Old Sigmite Dr. Onyong to join in the unveiling of the compendium, and Old Sigmite Adetunji Lamidi to join in the unveiling of the compendium. Thank you.
The remix, believe it or not, believe it or not, believe it or not.
I also want to invite Old Sigmite, His Royal Highness Ajiboye to also join in the unveiling of the compendium. He is a loyal Sigmite. A beautiful round of applause for His Royal Highness.
Believe it or not, believe it or not, believe it or not, this is how it should be done. Cause this style is identical to none. How can I make you dance?
Okay. Sorry, just a quick one. My apologies. I also invite Old Sigmite Tunde Ezichi to join us in the unveiling of the compendium.
Sigma Chief, Royal Majesty, the all protocols observed. The chairman of the foundation, he would not recognize that it was my chemistry in 1973. O Sigmite, loyal Sigmite, to the glory of God and for the sake of humanity, we jointly unveil this. Thank you much. Okay. Thank you. I hope everyone has this. Okay. We say cheese. Cheese. Thank you. All right. Thank you. Okay. So thank you very much. Thank you, Your Royal Highness, Old Chiefs, Old Sigmite. Congratulations on the unveiling of this Sigma at 70. For Old Sigmites that do not have from this house. Okay. I've just been told that it's been sold for a discounted price of 15,000 naira. Sigmites, Sigma friends, pick up. Okay. Thank you very much, Old Sigma Ito Chiefs, Your Royal Highness, for the unveiling of this Sigma Club at 70 Compendium, which chronicles what has happened in the last 70 years with experiences of Sigmites, well documented, and several of the exploits of the club also documented in this compendium. I'd like to recognize the presence of other Sigmites that are here present. Chief Barrister Banji Dada, Sigma Chief 2000, 2001. The Millennium Sigma Chief, you are welcome. Old Sigma Samson Obisheson, former Deputy Scribe, you are recognized. Oyamaki Olorunfemi, former Inventory Chairman, you are welcome. Old Sigma, okay. A lecturer in the university too, we are proud of you. Tosho Akinriola, former Miss Havana Beauty Contest Committee Chairman, you are welcome. Old Sigma.
Thank you very much, Old Sigma Dr. Shori Tire. Old Sigma John Unwodo talked about intersectionality. He talked about it briefly. A young army officer just coming out of the Civil War to vie for the office of Union President. That was iconic. And I want to use this singular opportunity to mention how much admiration I have for His Royal Majesty, the Obi of Onitsha. I was born in Kano. I served in Asaba in 1992. And since the ascension of the Obi of Onitsha to the reverted throne, I've been looking forward for an opportunity to meet the Obi because we know there are royal fathers and there are royal fathers. The Obi of Onitsha is somebody I so much have deep respect for. So therefore, when I went to brief His Royal Highness, the Emir of Kano, and I told him about the Sigma Club, and I told him my name as Danladi, which was a name I was given when I was born in Kano. Today, I want to also tell you that I'm one of the sons of Obi of Onitsha, and my name is Chukuma, if you care. If you like, you can say that, is it the same Chukuma as Professor Chukuma Soludo? If you like, you can say yes. Go and read his profile. We share a lot in common. So, His Royal Majesty, one day, I am not a party to the group of people who say we should go our ways. I want to be able to come to Onitsha and knock at the door of Obi and say, sir, Chukuma is here. The same way I've maintained that excellent relationship with His Royal Highness Sanusi Lamido Sanusi up to today. So, sir, my hometown is Oshogo. You have another son in Oshogo, and his name is Chukuma. A round of applause for the Obi. Thank you very much. You will probably notice a few adjustments in the program. I skipped item 7, and I also skipped item 9. I'm going to skip item 9 because of the time. I want to go into the highlight of today's occasion, the main reason why we are here, and permit me to explain how the process will go. It's important for us to listen on how the process will go. This is the main reason why we are here, the induction of the Obi of Onitsha. Traditionally, I would invite Old Chief Dr. Leroy Edozian to come and read his citation. He will come on stage to read his citation. While the citation is being read, it's important for us to listen to this procedure. While the citation is being read, I also will honorably, very respectfully invite the Obi to step up and stand by the door. Next to him will be the Sigma Deputy Chief. who will coordinate his movement towards the stage. I also invite all old chiefs here present, all old Sigmites here present to join the entourage of the OB as they proceeded towards the stage. At the point of induction, I will now ask the Sigma chief to step forward to perform the induction ceremony. Because of COVID, we have to give some distance in our procession, that we must still respect social distances as we accompany the OB to the high table. The Sigma deputy chief will coordinate with the OB as they move toward the high table. Immediately after the Sigma chief inducts the OB as a honorary Sigmite, we would move to take his as an awardee for him to say a few words, and that is the order of proceedings of the induction as an honorary Sigmite. So at this point, I'll leave old chief. Yes, I honorably invite the OB to stand up and join the deputy chief with the Sigma chief also. Can we give a round of applause for the OB as he steps up? I also invite all old chiefs that are here to be immediately behind the OB. All old chiefs, please. All old chiefs that are here present to step just immediately behind the OB. Okay. I also want to invite all old Sigmites to step up and join in the procession train. All old Sigmite, please. Can we do this very quickly? All old Sigma. Okay.
Thank you. We also want to quickly recognize the presence of retired Major General Ruben Nkado, who is online. O Sigma Tolu Owate, thank you very much. And O Sigma Ariola, you are welcome. Dr. and Mrs. Sholai BME, you are Professor Otolori, O Sigma, you are welcome, sir.
Sigma Chief, I present His Royal Majesty Nnemeka Alfred Ugochukwu Achebe, CFR, MNI, OB of Onitsha. Obi Achebe was born in Onitsha on the 14th of May, 1941, the first child of Akunne Anthony Chiuba and Chukwuemeka Winifred Ogbeyanu Achebe. He's a direct descendant of Eze Chima, the founding monarch of Onitsha Adonidu. He ascended the throne on his birthday, May 14, 2002, as the 21st Obi of Onitsha, following a tradition that has been unbroken for more than 500 years. Early in life, Obi Achebe had a sound preparation for life through his education and family upbringing. After primary and secondary schools in Nigeria, he gained admission into the prestigious Stanford University in California, USA in 1963, where he took a bachelor's degree in chemistry. He also took a master's degree in business administration in the equally famous Columbia University in New York City. In 1979, he attended the maiden senior executive course at NIPS, the National Institute of Policy and Strategic Studies, Kuru. He has had a stellar career subsequently. Following a brief working experience in the United States, Obi Achebe returned to Nigeria in 1972 to begin a long, varied, and fulfilling career with the Shell Petroleum Development Company of Nigeria, better known as Shell Nigeria, and the Royal Dutch Shell Group. Barely 9 years after joining Shell, he was appointed to the board of directors of Shell Nigeria as general manager of the Eastern Division, 1981. On his retirement from Shell Nigeria in 1996, Obi Achebe was appointed to Shell International in London, where he effectively acted as ambassador at large for the Shell Group on Nigeria matters. In that capacity, he traveled and lectured widely in all continents, including addresses to parliamentary committees in the EU and several other countries. Besides his long tenure as the director of Shell Nigeria, Obi Achebe was also, between 1985 and 1987, director of several other Shell companies in the United Kingdom, Netherlands, Ghana, Nigeria, Sierra Leone, Gambia, Liberia, and Angola. Besides Shell, he has held positions in other parts of the corporate world. He is currently chairman of Unilever Nigeria PLC, Interfact Beverages Limited, and OMAC Maritime Limited. He was chairman of Diamond Bank PLC and chairman of Universal Insurance PLC. All this career exposure and corporate experience has been applied for the benefit of our dear country in various national assignments undertaken by Obi Achebe. On 2 occasions, he served the nation on panels of inquiry into the petroleum sector. In 1976, he was a member of the panel of inquiry into the Port Harcourt refinery. And in 2004, he served as chairman of the presidential inquiry into fuel shortage in the country. In 2005, Obi Achebe was a delegate to the National Political Reform Conference, and he coordinated the traditional rulers reform at the conference. He has held positions on governing councils of the Petroleum Training Institute, EFRU, the Nigeria Employers Consultative Association. He became Chancellor of Kogi State University in 2010 and is currently Chancellor of Ahmadu Bello University, Zaria. He has used this position to influence the direction and progress of the university. Obi Achebe has made invaluable contributions to national life through various social, professional, and non-profit organizations. He is fellow of the Nigerian Institute of Management, fellow of the Nigerian Institute of Public Relations, life member of Nigeria Economic Society, vice patron of Island Club Lagos, vice patron of Lagos Country Club, member of the Metropolitan Club Lagos. He has been a member of the Nigeria British Association and life member of the Britain Nigeria Association. He has a strong passion for education. In his firm belief that lack of funds should not prevent any child from acquiring a good education, he set up early in his reign a fund for training and education. In recognition of his varied services to society, Obi Achebe was decorated with the national honor of Commander of the Order of the Federal Republic, CFR, in 2004. Honorary Fellow of Nwafo Orizu College, 2008. Doctor of Laws, Honoris Causa, Anambra State University, 2008. Doctor of Science, Honoris Causa, Kogi State University, 2010. Member, Board of Trustees of the Scout Association of Nigeria, 2017. Patron of the Conference of Alumni Associations of Nigerian Universities, 2021. On the occasion of His Majesty's 80th birthday, Ohaneze Ndigbo described him as an embodiment of enviable intellect, majesty, spirituality, character, courage, and candor. Sigma Chief, these attributes are clearly in consonance with the values espoused by our club and which are encapsulated in our motto, for all that is pure. It is this royal father, custodian of culture, accomplished technocrat, boardroom grandmaster, man of principle, and beacon of integrity, that I present to you, Chief, for induction into the distinguished role of honorary Sigmites.
May I invite the Sigma Chief to please step forward for the induction of the OB.
Ebe dike dị egwu obi ate ere dike dị egwu a na-ebe anyụ ka mmanwụ na a na-ebe anyụ solegede a na-ebe anyụ solegede egwu a na-ebe Atabedi bado so Oti wago netinya aka n'ọfịa otinye aka na nwata dibịa wee bụla tụle ewo omelibo.
O Chief, O Sigmite, Sigma wives, Sigma friends, invited guests present. His Royal Highness Igwe Nnemeka Alfred Ugochukwu Achebe Agbogidi, Oba Kabiyesi Ajiboye Agbogidi. It's time to officially announce to the world the 51st honorary Sigmite into the Sigma Rule of Honor. Agbogidi, please, after me. I swear absolute loyalty both to the Sigma Club and my country. I promise to maintain the honor and traditions of Sigma Club and to render my services to the great glory of the country. God bless Sigma Club. Long live Sigma Club. Long live University of Ibadan. And long live the latest honorary Sigmite, Igwe Nnemeka Alfred Ugochukwu Achebe Agbogidi. I present to Honorary Might Igwe Nnemeka Alfred Ugochukwu Achebe Akpogidi his certificate of induction. At the same time, I present to him the only identity that has kept Sigma Club for over 7 decades, our purple tie. Igwe. I present to the world Honorary Sigmite Igwe Nnemeka Alfred Achebe Agogidi, the 54th Honorary Sigmite that commemorates the 70th anniversary celebration. Agogidi. Long live Agogidi. Long live Sigma Club. Long live University of Ibadan. Long live Nigeria.
Ọgaranya nwere ego wee jebe ekwu ibi ego osolagana. Ọgaranya nwezi ego wee jebe ekwu ibi ego osolagana. Achebe mmanwụ na-ete obodo mmanwụ ahụ. Aje na-ete gbana ga na-ete gbana mmanwụ. Achebe mmanwụ na-ete obodo mmanwụ ahụ.
We all go back.
Igwe.
While I invite the to please.
Igwe.
And we all quickly go back to our venue.
Igwe.
And we quickly settle down. His Royal Majesty.
The Sigma Chief, Chairman of the occasion, Chairman of the Sigma Foundation, Professor Gumala. Please, may I stand on established protocol? I must recognize my royal brother here also, who is an old Sigma. You can see I have come with no script. I don't have any prepared speech because I didn't know what to expect. And it's just as well, because if I did, it would be completely out of tune, out of phase with overwhelming event that is going on right now. I'm completely overwhelmed and lost for words, actually. But I'll try my best, just make a few comments. I think I'll start by revealing my connections with the University of Ibadan. In secondary school, I went to one of the government secondary schools in those days, and we used to have exchange tours annually between the Western schools and the Eastern schools. It's usually a week's tour. Now, to qualify to join that tour, you have to be a good sportsman, amongst other things. And of course, the pure sports can also be very ennobling. And every 2 years, we came on the Western tour. And we spend 1 day on excursion to University of Ibadan. I'm talking about 1950s, the late 50s, and the early 60s. And in those days, things were still the way that John Nyawood described. Clothings were laundered, the beds were made, and the students' refectory was very high quality. Students focused on getting good education. When I say good education, I mean good education, not just education. So the dream of all of us was to attend the University of Ibadan. And being it was University College then, being the only one around, it was very competitive. To get admission was like a great honor. And so that was it. In 1963, I was on the admission list of the University of Ibadan. I didn't attend the University of Ibadan because other things happened. You could see, you know, where I ended up to read chemistry, like Professor Gumola. My only consolation is that my daughter also got admitted. I was admitted to read medicine, by the way, and I ran away from medicine. My daughter was admitted to read medicine, and she's a qualified medical doctor today. So I've had this connection, and I've had this perception and vision that University of Ibadan, University College of Ibadan, that transformed to University of Ibadan, was the leader in human capital development in the country. Training young men and women that could transform into leaders in all spheres: education, governance, politics, business, in everything, and so on. And University of Ibadan remains a leader, or we expect it to remain a leader, and has to be a leader in that business. About 5 years ago, I recollect, I was also here to give a keynote address at the annual event of the University of Ibadan Alumni Association. I think they're marking a landmark. I remember that it was 5 years ago because the immediate past Vice Chancellor was just coming on seat, just like the new one is just coming on seat. And after I gave the lecture and mentioned my failure to accept the admission and my regret not accepting the admission, they conspired with old Baba, Dr. Michael Omolayole, whose name is there on the passage. And I was made a life member of University of Ibadan Alumni Association. So today, I'm a life member of University of Ibadan Association, and I'm an honorary member of the Sigmite Club, without having gone through the discipline of going to University of Ibadan and of the Sigmite Club. But I promise from the honorary members on the roll, who are all ahead of me, but also the old Sigmites that I've come to know. Some of you are here, many are not here. That it's one organization that I'm very proud to belong to, to be an honorary member, and I feel honored to be an honorary member. I listened very carefully to Professor Gumola's address, and he identified some of the challenges we have in this country. I will basically reduce them to two. One is the displacement of our core values. But he was saying that we should go back to new values. I'm saying we should reinstate our old core values, which served our ancestors very, very well. That's one. And second is the death of leadership. There's failure of leadership in many spheres of our national life, which is why we are where we are today. Some people are stupendously rich. They can't even account how they got the money. And you go through the streets of Ibadan or Onitsha, everywhere, you see poverty staring you in the face. You go to a country like Holland or in the Scandinavian countries, the difference between the richest and the poorest is so small that all of them go to shop in the same supermarket, eat the same quality of food. all of that. Nigeria is capable of getting to that level. We've got the human beings, very hardworking people, brilliant people. We've got the land for agriculture, we've got natural resources, minerals, and all that. We need leaders that can transform all of this into prosperity for the country. Prosperity is equitable, fair prosperity. That's where the university comes in, because at graduation, consider the students, the products, worthy of, that be considered worthy in character and learning. I think there's more learning these days than character. And I believe that at least there should be a balance between learning and character. That's where the Sigma Club comes in. Because Sigma Club is breeding men of purest character. And all I would say to Sigma Club, as the present loyal Sigmites, that you have a tradition that has lasted for 70 years. And it's your duty to keep up that tradition and build on it and hand it over to your successors in the same pure and unsoiled manner that your predecessors have handed over to you, so that the tradition goes on from generation to generation. But not just that, you also have to play a more active role in infecting this country with the qualities that you stand for. So you've got to be more active, ensure that Nigerians imbibe the pure qualities that the Sigma Club stands for. It's a big challenge, but we cannot run away from it. So on that note, without a prepared script, I want to say once more that I'm very grateful for this honor that is conferred on me. Permit me to acknowledge the presence of my kindred here, Ndi Onitsha, Daluno. Mazeli. I was the biggest surprise to see him here. But, I can figure out how the plot was carried out. He's one of our best. One of our best. None. Permit me also to mention Nyanwodo, the Bushi, Publican of Etosia. They accompanied the Sigma chief on the Scottish call to convince me to be here today. And they are very successful, which is why I'm here today. Kabiyesi, glad to see you. I'll come to the show. I'll come to the show. Thank you. To all of you, please, I thank you very much for being here today. I'm just overwhelmed. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank
you. We need to take a group photograph with the late Sigmite, which is to go into the press. A group photograph.
Believe it or not, believe it or not, believe it or not, this is how it should be done.
Go away, Jebe, Quibiego, oh, so like that, Agala, go away, Jebe, Quibio, oh, so like that, even speak. Abike, Solagana, I am Mangwe Kolego, Solagana, Ololo Konugo, Konuge, to Oboiso.
Igwe.
Thank you.
Ìwọ tó máa gbé bọ́ọ̀ padà sẹ́yìn náà kí ni gbogbo ìranù yìí.
All loyal Sigma, please come on stage.
Onye na-etili Igbo na nnukwu olu Igbo. Achebe onye na-etili Igbo na nnukwu olu Igbo. Ndị oli dị egwu ka chiwerie. Amasị ododo.
Come on, record.
Ọgaranya nwezi ego wee jebe egwu ibi ego. Ego n'ugwu. Achebe weli jelo, aye, osobi jelo, aye, osobi jelo. Achebe osobi jelo, aye, osobi jelo, aye, osobi jelo. Ndeli diegu, kachibario. Omazo dogudo.
Thank you, loyalists. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, I want to invite all old Sigmites to quickly come on stage and take picture with the honorary Sigmite. Thank you. Go and sit down. Without taking the time of standing, all old Sigmites and old chiefs, please quickly come on stage.
Onye na-etili Igbo na nnukwu
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. A round of applause for the cultural group from Onitsha. A beautiful round of applause for Egu Undi-Eze. A beautiful round of applause for Egu Undi-Eze. Thank you. I want to invite Old Sigmund to give the vote of thanks, but that does not mean end of the program. Immediately after the vote of thanks, the program continues. I would invite the Army Band to give us light music as we have our lunch. A round of applause for Old Sigmund today is for the vote of thanks. I know our hands are busy. Beautiful round of applause for Old Sigmund today is the original Aberdeen boy.
Yeah. Shortly before we vote of thanks, recognize my pastor, Mabo, who has joined us online from the United States. Another my son, Dr. Osigman Shakiru Tolulope Owat, Fred Akocha. Please, thank you.
Secretary.
Our latest honorary Abogidi. I have very feeling about this campus. As a lot of people already. Because as movement was being made from Eleyele to this campus in 1948, I was just a one-year-old baby, and I moved with my father together with all of us to this campus. And we lived at Aberdeen. I went back to primary school, and from there, I came back here to spend all my holidays, and of course, got admitted into the University of Ibadan. And you know, there's one thing we love doing. Melanie, as you know, is the premier hall of this university. And one thing we love doing was just before meal time, we love to go by, walk across Melanie Hall. There's always a very sweet aroma of the food that the students were going to take. And so as a little boy, I kept saying, one day we'll chop this food with here. And of course, from the age of 9, when Havana was being prepared for, I had known the Sigma Club. So for me, being so connected with campus and all that Havana, or rather all the Sigma Club is does for bring the men. I have known you for a long time. And when I heard you were going to be with honorary Sigma Chi, our great club, I was very elated. Again, I was looking forward to meeting. I thought that you would come with Ubo Chuka Oboli. He's a great friend of mine as well. And I was looking forward to that. We hope we haven't disappointed you. Thank you. And we'd like to thank you very much. Thank you very much for accepting this honor from us. We want to tell you that we deeply appreciate you and all you have done not only for your kingdom, but also for Nigeria. Thank you so very much. We certainly would like to gain from your wealth of experience, and I'm sure that from time to time, Sigma would like to have the wisdom of your advice in whatever we do. Thank you for all those who have come from far and near. I'm sure they were surprised to see the Ndieze here. That is as far as Sigma will go to try and ensure that you feel very, very welcome wherever you are. I'd like to say a great thank you to the chairman of the occasion, Professor Ogumola. Thank you for your leadership. Thank you for accepting the chairman of the Sigma Foundation. I think Professor Sir, you must have known me from when I was very small. So when you called me by my name, former name Jocko, I said, Augustine remembered. Thank you so very much. Thank you for all of you who have come from Barania, all the country, to as the 70th celebration anniversary of the Sigma Club. 70 years of growing gentlemen. As you go back, one just wishes Johnny Mercies that will meet your families in happiness and peace. Thank you so very much. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Sigma Tunde Ezichi, the original Aberdeener born. And by the way, Sigma Tunde Ezichi is a fellow of the Nigerian Computer Society. He's a fellow of the Nigerian Computer Society. So, ladies and gentlemen, it's my honor and privilege to join with Sigma Tunde Ezichi to say thank you. And shall we rise for the national anthem? Thank you.
Thank you very much. So, as we're rounding up, been informed that Chief Dede Old Chief Dede Oshinusi, Sigma Chief in 1967, marked his 80th birthday today. We wish him long life and more years on the surface of this earth in good health and greater prosperity. We are also informed that the Hall of Gentlemen or Hall of Great Men. Kuti Hall is also sending 70th birthday present to the Sigma Club. So please, we thank Kuti Hall, maybe after the departure of our latest honorary Sigma. Loyal Sigma can wait to receive the present. I also use the opportunity to still thank those Sigma that we couldn't recognize during the course of the program. O Sigma Sunday on Radio Osun, Sigma Scribe 1988. We especially recognize you. O Sigma Tude Hamzat, O Sigma Aki Tola. Thank you very much. O Sigma Nuruddin Muhyiddin Oladepupo. Thank you very much. You are well recognized. And I hope I can see other Otumba, O Sigma Shola Onifade. You are well recognized. Our Sigma wives, Sigma friends, thank you once again. Thank you. And see you at the next luncheon.
I beg, give me music. My online key just go deadline. I know they go one year themselves. They can't get that.
Olúwa lèmi ò fìyìn fún, mo dúpẹ́ mo yege. Mùkúlùmùkẹ́ máa jó, Ọlọ́run mi. Olúwa lèmi ó fìyìn fún, mo dúpẹ́ mo yege. Mùkúlùmù kẹ́ máa jó Ọlọ́run mi. Ó lé àrùn wọlé, ó sọ ìmọ̀ tádọ̀fọ́. Mùkúlùmù kẹ́ máa jó Ọlọ́run mi. Ìrànwọ́ Èdùmàrè ló fún mi lókìkí àtẹ̀rẹ̀. Mùkúlùmù kẹ́ máa jó Ọlọ́run mi. N ò ṣògùngùn, bẹ́ẹ̀ ni kò sí gbẹ́rẹ́, babalókè ló ṣògo. Mùkúlùmù kẹ́ máa jó Ọlọ́run mi. Kí ni mo gbé f'Èdùmàrè kó tó fún mi lálùbáríkà? Mùkúlùmù kẹ́ máa jó Ọlọ́run mi. Bí mo bá ní ẹgbẹ̀rún ahọ́n, kò tó láti fi Olúwa lógo. Mùkúlùmù kẹ́ máa jó Ọlọ́run mi. Tó bá jẹ́ tíjọ́ ni bí mo rí lù máa sapá. Tó bá jẹ́ tíjọ́ ni bí mo rí lù máa sapá. Má gbẹ́sẹ̀ kan ròkè lálá. àìmásìkò ló dààmú ẹ̀dá o. Ọ̀rọ̀ mi lọ́wọ́ Olúwa ló wà. Àìmásìkò ló dààmú ẹ̀dá o. Ọ̀rọ̀ mi lọ́wọ́ Olúwa ló wà. Àìmásìkò ló dààmú ẹ̀dá o. Ọ̀rọ̀ mi lọ́wọ́ Olúwa ló wà. Àìmásìkò ló dààmú ẹ̀dá o. Ọ̀rọ̀ mi lọ́wọ́ Olúwa ló wà. Halẹ̀ kò lè halẹ̀ mọ́ mi rárá. Mo ti lálábẹ́ ètì mo lólúwa. Ọ̀rọ̀ mi lọ́wọ́ Olúwa ló wà. Àìmásìkò ló dààmú ẹ̀dá o. Ọ̀rọ̀ mi lọ́wọ́ Olúwa ló wà. Halẹ̀ kò lè halẹ̀ mọ́ mi rárá. Mo ti lálábẹ́ ètì mo lólúwa.
Like 2 or 3 weeks out the country. Them boys up to something, they just not just bluffing. You don't have to call, I hit my dance like Usher. Ooh. I just found my tempo like on DJ Mustard. Ooh. I hit that Ginobili with my left hand, though, like woo. Lobster and saline for all my babies that I miss. Chicken finger, french fry for them hoes that wanna dance. Jumpin', 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 them boys up to something. I think I need some Robitussin. Way too many questions, you must think I trust you. You searching for answers, I do not know nothing. Woo! I see him tweaking, ain't no something's coming. Woo! Jumping, them boys up to something. Woo! Jumping, fuck what you expecting. Woo! Shout out, Michael Jordan, just to take me. Woo! Jumping.
Sit up never like you know it's put you back in with the automatics. We gon' set them to heaven. Wait. Hey. Woo! You feeling sturdy, Shake it. She like the way that I dance. She like the way that I move. She like the way that I rock. She like the way.
Swazilonye Swazitia n'elu ụwa nke anyị nọ n'ụwa ọ bụ onye kazi Chukwu ọ gbanarị stie n'ọzọ nụ ọ na-ebukwa chi ụzọ anabanụ ife na-asọghị ọ bụ azịa na-asọzi onye ọzọ nụ ma nafe egwu a na-etizinụ ọsọ ndị owendị maka ka ife ụwa na-asọ ndị ụfọdụ etu a ka ọ na-ewazi ndị ụfọdụ nụ Sunday Owende. Sunday Owende. Ife Solomon no solo chimono wano. Enke soli no solo chino. Maybe when I go on so. Educate him. Ejuaga konyo so de kwase no kona sai kaga so konyo so no Epucho sinake mmadụ onye bụ Chukwu
So you don't have to ask me why. You don't expect to sow cassava, to reap up yam. You don't expect to sow rice and reap up cassava. Whatsoever I and I sow in this world, more shall we reap. 'Cause I'm a living man, got no lot of work to do, stand on the way. Papa, 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 yo, ya, 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 yo, stand on the way. I'm a living man, I got no lot of work to do, stand on the way. Mama, 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 yo, ya, 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 yo, stand on the way. Papa, 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 yo, ya, 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 yo, send on the way. Joy is my song and that one made me feel so strong.